Right now, there is not a better time in the world for people who are passionate about something that they have a burning desire for, if they want to be self-employed, to kind of go off on their own and try to create an income stream for themselves. Now, if you choose that path, here's what you're looking at. You can take this road or that road. This road is going to be, I'm going to grow a company. I have an idea, whether it be for a product or for a service, and I want to grow a company. I'm going to have employees, and you have that personality, and you're either going to be a visionary or you're going to be the operator. Those are the two types of leaders that are running companies. Someone who's got the big dreams and they're the big talkers, or you're going to have someone who's going to be the executor and they're going to be able to take out that operation down and execute.
I'm considering becoming an entrepreneur, but I'm not sure what kind of business to start. How does someone go about starting a new business? They're not sure what kind of business they want to start, but I do know that I don't want to start working for another company in a dead-end job.
I think we're going to see more and more of this as things unfold over the next several years. And we have since COVID. Jacob, you and I have talked about this several times. You know, here's what I can say about this. So I can certainly understand that I'm totally unemployable. Like, I would not be able to go work for another company. And right now my niece is interning with me, and she knows with 100% clarity she doesn't want to go start a company. So she knows she wants to get a job. And there's no right or wrong answer to that. I think, you know, the course that we teach about, do you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur? It's all about determining if you even should start another company, not necessarily, how to grow a company. So here's what I would say about that. Right now, there is not a better time in the world for people who are passionate about something that they have a burning desire for, if they want to be self-employed, to kind of go off on their own and try to create an income stream for themselves. A lot of this is going to have to do with your age, your situation in life. And doesn't mean you can't do it if you're in a situation different from maybe a college grad, but you have to, take those things into consideration. If you're supporting your family and your financial situation or your debt situation is not where you want it to be. And sometimes you can't do something like this, but if you can, you have to make a decision based on a few things. One, do you have what it takes? And so that's why we teach those lessons in the community, all the videos. And that is whether or not you should even consider starting a business, because it is so hard. And the failure rate is high, and it's just so hard. It's painful, and it's you go through a lot, and you go through it very lonely. So, it's easy for everyone in the company to be talking about what they don't like about a company, but there's usually one person who has to go home and they don't stop thinking about it. And so, that's the thing. Some people want a peaceful life where they want to be able to leave it at work and go home and be with their families and do the things they love. And in entrepreneurship, there are going to be times where you don't get to do that. It's the truth. And sometimes you can. And so, it's going to be a roller coaster ride if you choose that path. Now, if you choose that path, here's what you're looking at. You can take this road or that road. This road is going to be, I'm going to grow a company. I have an idea, whether it be for a product or for a service, and I want to grow a company. I'm going to have employees, and you have that personality, and you're either going to be a visionary or you're going to be the operator. Those are the two types of leaders that are running companies. Someone who's got the big dreams and they're the big talkers, or you're going to have someone who's going to be the executor and they're going to be able to take out that operation down and execute. And, I think it's going to be a lot harder to go down that path, because now you have to talk about leadership. You got to talk about scaling a company. You got to talk about everything from business plans to payrolls and budgets, and just, there's a lot of components to it. And you got to take it piece by piece. And you got to determine if you're going to do it by yourself, or if you're going to have a partner, or if you're going to have investors. And so there's a lot to unpack, but that's that path. And I would say the first thing you need to do is determine if you have what it takes, the personality, the values, the traits. And then the second thing is, do you have the burning passion for a product or a service? And then how are you going to, start thinking about how you're going to do that? And you don't have a business until you have people writing a check. So otherwise you have an idea. So I would say if you're gonna go down that route, play with whatever you're playing with, and then see if you can add value to someone's life or their business with whatever it is you want to grow. And if someone says that's good, I'll pay you, I'll try it, I'll give you a certain amount of money to test it, whatever it is, you can work out deals with people. And I think that's one way to kind of break in. The other path, though, is a lot more realistic for people today, and that is to become either a freelancer or a consultant. Side hustle. I see it in the news every day now, and the side gigs that people have while they're even working at a job. And this is getting really good at a skill and filling a void or a gap for a company or for an entrepreneur that they don't have, or they don't want to do, or they're not great at. We call this, Dan Sullivan in Strategic Coach says, who, not how. entrepreneurs don't have to know how to do everything. They just have to know who does. And so he talks about who are you a hero to? And so like for us at Restart, we try to be a hero for job seekers, for people who are trying to grow their career, for people who need technology, but they're on their own and they're fishing through job descriptions and they want help. So we try to be that hero for them. And, I think there are heroes for everything. So I today got a video back for our promo for our app, and a guy did a great job doing a video. I couldn't do it. He was my who. I got him on Fiverr and the guy did the job for me. So you can become a freelancer, consultant in any capacity as an independent contractor for a company. And my best advice for anyone who wants to do that is give before you expect to receive. And what I mean by that is if you make websites, make a website for someone. Take the time. Here's Jacob. Jacob has a company. Make a website for Jacob. Send it to him. Hey, Jacob, I was just messing around. I saw your website. I love making websites. I'm looking for some gigs and clients, and I happen just to make this one for you. If you like it, you can have it. I'm giving it to you, and I'd love to talk to you. Like, you'll jump the line really quick if he's looking for freelancers, for designers, for his website, if you can do that. And so I am a big advocate for using your skill to show people what kind of value you can provide before you expect to be considered and before you expect to land an opportunity where they're just going to start paying you money and hope that you do a good job. So that's one way to break into that market and start to build yourself and kind of a portfolio for yourself. And usually word of mouth and platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and all the different types of freelancer websites that are just literally covering the market right now allow you to scale yourself online. And you're going to see more and more of this happen over the years. There's going to be just so many people as AI takes people's jobs and they try to transition and they're done, trying to go through this interview process. And you'll see it's going to be a different type of an economy that we're going to walk into. And it's here. It's just people aren't talking about it yet. But all you have to do is look at the numbers on these platforms and you see the growth on it. It is mind blowing. I mean, and there are some people who can really provide some incredible services. And I think once companies wake up and they realize, oh my gosh, I can get someone to do it for this versus having an employee that I'm paying X salary for, it's going to really shake up and do a lot of disruption. So I think it already has. I just don't think people are talking about it.
What if you don't have an idea?
If you don't have an idea, then here's what I would say. If you know you don't want to go work for a company and maybe like, I don't know if I have it in me to be an entrepreneur and grow a company and have employees and be an influencer in that type of a role, leadership role, then you have to take advantage of nonstop learning, self-education on a level like you've never done before. You can learn more in 1 month today on the internet than people were able to do in history forever. There are more people creating and more people and more free courses and more things that you can do today to figure out what you can get really, really, really good at to be able to then, supply that value to people who are looking for it. And there are services today that you can use that will literally deliver to your inbox people who are looking for people with that skill. That's incredible. Today, I got into a news and media outlet that I set up a profile, and every time they want people to contribute to it, I get an email. So anyone who wants to contribute to leadership, an article about leadership or about hiring and firing, and then they reach me. So there's so many different ways that you can go about it today that you just don't know about yet. And it takes a nonstop attitude of just constant learning, never ending learning. And you want to build up a whole portfolio of skills for yourself. And hopefully you move towards one that you really love that can add a lot of value to somebody. And then you go play with it. And opportunities will come up when you're doing what you love and you get really good at something.